around 2000, if I wanted to speak to Mohit, who was in the India Habitat Center, I would have to call the India Habitat Center, the building. I called a building to talk to a person. Now, I talk to him directly thanks to mobile phones. Thanks to mobile phones, we killed Yellow Pages and we brought the directory directly onto our phones. Now, if you look at work, okay, which is the part of Flourish. Work in companies has been outsourced, has been insourced, outshored, insured, etc. Today, we have work from home. Some people stretch it in many organizations. Work from home has become work from hometown, and they haven't come back from hometowns. Okay, work from home, work from hometown, work from anywhere. Okay, and that is creating some degree of stress in every organization, in every team. Some people on board working, some people not, etc. How do you see the future of work as you see it, and what advice would you have to give senior managers as well as employees in terms of how they should think about work?
Yeah, the future of work is a topic that can go on and on for days in itself, and I'm not an authority on it, but maybe Shiv will pick out just two aspects of how work is changing. The first is the idea of a stable job leading to a stable career is dead. Okay, it's completely obsolete. It's a 20th century idea. And the reason is very simple. First of all, because of all this turbulence, companies are going through a lot of churn. And so they want to be as flexible as possible, which is what you've done so well in all your companies. Have a small stable core, and then you use flexible contracts like subcontractors, our vendors, gig workers, freelancers, consultants to do all the other work. And the percentage of permanent employees is shrinking. And even those permanent ones are going through performance appraisals, layoffs, etc. So I say this is like a game of musical chairs, which is getting faster and faster, and there are fewer and fewer chairs. So suddenly the music stops, and you could have been a good performer in Microsoft and there's no chair, okay? And that's what's happening right now. And it'll happen to more and more of us. The second thing that's happening at the same time is we're living longer. So there's this book called The 100-Year Life. It's fantastic. It's by a lady called Linda Grattan. You should read it if you are a reader. And she points out some of the consequences of us living to be in our 90s. And part of the consequences, we want to be productive, working, engaged, busy till you're 75 or 80. Okay? And nobody wants to hire anybody who's over 45. So what are you supposed to do? The result of these two things coming together is every one of us has to stop thinking in terms of job, employment, etc., and say, how quickly can I learn to become independent? How quickly can I become a freelancer, self-employed, or better yet, start a small business and create a few jobs? So this is one huge trend that is out there. Learn to become independent, and the best day to start is today. The second big thing is AI. And as they say, AI will destroy many jobs, it'll create new ones, but it'll change everyone. And I'm just astonished personally at the speed at which just ChatGPT is improving in a short period of time. And what this means is there is no room for anybody who is mediocre. If you're a lawyer who's mediocre, if you're a writer or a journalist who's average, your job's not going to be around. If you're a programmer, okay, your job is finished. Okay, it's just now a matter of time before your organization wakes up to it. So you have to be excellent, or else it's bad. And so you therefore have to start figuring out, what am I good at? What do I love doing? How can I be excellent at it? And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be cooking. It's fine. But as long as you're excellent, you're okay. The second thing it says is, what matters today more and more are not technical skills and hard skills. It's your soft skills, your people skills. So in the book, I write about this project in Google, where they look at who's the most successful people in Google. And it turns out not to be the coders and architects. It turns out to be people who are good with people. People who know how to communicate, work in teams, lead teams, solve problems creatively, etc., etc. So the more human we become, the more likely we are to survive and flourish in the age of AI. So I just picked up two strands, but it's a world that is unimaginably different.